When I was 7 years old, I watched my Uncle Don die from full-blown AIDS. That was when I really understood what death meant and what disease meant. But here I am today. My name is Katherine Clayton. I'm the CEO and co-founder of OmniVis. And when I was 7 years old, I said I was going to eliminate disease from the world. Totally normal for any 7-year-old to say when they grow up. But years later, I go into my PhD, and I learned about the disease cholera. Very different. I learned that it has no borders. In a place like Haiti, there was no cholera for 100 years. And then the earthquake happened, the outbreak happened, and it still creates outbreaks and deaths to this day. Haiti's not alone. There are 5 million cases of cholera every year in 41 countries, and this leads to over $2 billion that are lost in productivity, in therapeutics, and in human cost. It also takes 7 days to detect 4 cholera in a laboratory. This leaves communities that are vulnerable to the water that they drink, that they cook with, that they eat with. And so I set out to solve this problem. I started OmniVis with my PhD research, where we could detect 4 cholera in 30 minutes in water anywhere in the world. And we do this with an easy-to-use platform. We have a hardware piece that acts like the portable laboratory, and it fits in your hand. We also have a test kit where somebody inserts the water sample for analysis, and then we have the data. Once we get the results on a smartphone, we're able to send alert notifications to NGOs to bring in supplies, to bring in doctors, to bring in chlorine tablets or filters. We do this with a B2B sales model, where that hardware component in our phone acts as a single sale, and then our disposable test kit is recurring sales. We already have letters of intent with Doctors Without Borders and ICDDRB, the largest cholera hospital in the world. We want to mobilize the lab. Cholera is a $2 billion market for water detection and surveillance. But OmniVis means to see everything. So changing the chemistry in our test kits means that we can detect for even more diseases out there. And we're the team to do it. I inspired my PhD advisors to become my co-founders to start OmniVis together, with specialty in microfluidics, global health, biotechnology, and consumer electronics. And we're here talking to the Solve community today, asking for connections to NGOs in water and sanitation, in cholera, and in medicine, so that we can bring our solution out to the world and bring safety and security back to the water that people drink. Thank you.